Hello. So I'm gonna wait for maybe one person to talk to. But so in this live, I wanted to talk about a question that I had asked earlier this week about why people are so ashamed to admit or talk about certain setbacks or like failures that they've had in general, right? So I asked you guys this, and I have a lot of followers. I have a lot of friends that are self-starters. They've either already started their own business, or they're in the process of starting their own business, or they're a part of podcasts or communities where you're uplifting people, right? Which is absolutely incredible. It's incredible that I've got friends all over the world and all over the country that are doing stuff like that. But most of you, and I got an overwhelming response, most of you said that, and I've got my notes in front of me, is because when being confronted with failures is the answer to the problem, it's always myself, and I let it get in the way. All of you said something along the lines of me. Like, I'm ashamed that my issue was me. I was ashamed that it was my habits that got in the way of me being successful. And it was me that, couldn't even wake up that hour earlier in the morning. It was me that I couldn't make the time, or I couldn't make the time to sacrifice, right? Because you can come up with all of the excuses, but at the end of the day, when you are self-aware enough to realize that it's you, it's not cool. It's a not cool feeling, and I've totally been there, but you got in the way of yourself, right? Cool. Take responsibility, be self-aware, and just be you. This business, my business that I'm in, it's not about shampoo. None of these companies are designed to fully function off of the basis of like direct sales, right? It's a bonus, if that, and I'll get into that in a second, but that's just a bonus, right? So we as human beings in this earth are capable, amazingly capable of developing a trait in which we can help other people control their life and make it a life of prosperity, right? So this life, like the purpose of this life is not to be rich by definition, right? Like in the form of currency, money, like how much money that you have. It's to be full and rich in life experiences, the adventures you go on, the friendships that you're able to create, the families that you're able to help, or your own family. And there is something that fuels these two things, right? There's money and there's emotion. If you're broke, probably, and I'm gonna like pour into you guys for a second here. If you are broke, right? Half of the reason you're probably broke is because you're lifeless. And I'm not saying that in like a mean way. I promise I'm not. I'm saying it because you're emotionless about the idea or what's been presented in front of you, right? If you don't know what you're working for, you're not going to be successful. If you don't know why you're going through all these challenges and these hardships, if you don't know why you're doing that, then you're really not going to be successful, right? Successful people and people that are rich in life are mentors, right? Everybody has a mentor. Everybody has a mentor that they look up to, that they are just so like, that person has an unbreakable energy. I can think of people already that would have so many good things to say about the people that they post about all day long. They're mentors. They're people that inspire them. Everybody has something, right? Something that, and if you don't, you should find one. But these people that are our mentors, their energy is absolutely unmatched, right? So it's perceived as always having a positive mindset, which can be super, 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 super intimidating. Being around someone that always has a positive mindset can be intimidating for someone that feels like they are not in control. Hi, Kate. Hi, honey. So in a mindset, in that positive mindset, it's really the openness that they have, that they can and they do deserve to have a life of rich experiences. And most people just don't allow themselves to have that. Most people don't allow, they feel like for some reason that they don't deserve to have something that somebody else has for whatever reason. And the whatever reason is that thought that they've put into their head, right? And if the idea of being rich in life experiences and the idea of being rich in general is not, if the idea of being rich in life is not exciting to you, then what are you doing? If you're not getting pumped about your 10-year plan or whatever that is, or where you want to be with your friends and your family, if you're not pumped up about that, what are you doing? If you don't get excited about being rich in emotion, then you have some soul searching to do. And that is not a bad thing. I hate when people associate them not knowing what they're doing with something that's negative. It's absolutely not. It is the start of being self-aware and knowing that there's work to be done. And it's one of the things in nature where everything has a purpose. Everything has a purpose. However, we live in a world where our society and what's been going on has rewired ourselves to the point where we've let people and what they talk about and how they judge and how they perceive, we've turned that into our own mind. And it's sick, right? And it's not the good kind of sick. It's like the, I should know better. How did I let myself get this way? How did I get to the point where I'm letting the little words of other people get in the way of what I want? How am I doing that? Because I should know better. But it's a good thing. It's a good thing because you're earning your self-awareness back. And the other thing that I want to talk about in this business is price. Price and the idea of giving and receiving money. In this business is everything. I have so many people that I talk to that are like, ooh, the price. I'm gonna explain something to you, okay? Money is currency. The basic idea of this is giving, and I'm like hitting the table because it pumps me up. The idea of that is that money is about giving and receiving. Down to the nitty gritty, it is literally giving and receiving. Let me tell you another thing. If you don't believe or if you don't get excited about the products and you don't believe in the price, what are you thinking? And let me tell you, I've worked with this before and I've worked with other products before. You have to believe that what you're selling is a Ferrari, okay? A Ferrari. It comes down to good old selling, right? So you think. It's about people. It's about people. If you don't get excited about selling someone a $300,000 Ferrari and how happy it makes them, the confidence that it gives them, for $300,000, it's pretty worth it, right? Anything that costs a lot of money is supposed to make you feel good. Hi, Jamie. Hi, honey. It's supposed to make you feel good. So if you aren't excited about selling a Ferrari to someone for $300,000 and watching their life change because they have this luxury vehicle, you probably shouldn't be doing that, right? Now, whatever it is that you're selling, I love you too. Thank you. Whatever the product you're selling is, if it's the same grade as a Ferrari in your industry and you're selling it for way less than a Ferrari, right? You're selling it for $200. Imagine getting excited about selling a Ferrari to someone for $200. How much more exciting is that, right? So it gives you a sense of confidence, a car can. It gives you a sense of confidence. It gives you a sense of pride. It gives you a sense of hope. These are things that are presented to you that you get excited about. In my business, it's my hair. I use these products because I was desperate and I was willing to invest in my hair because it was, for lack of a word, fucking with my confidence big time, right? So I did what I needed to do to get my confidence back. And half of my confidence was my hair. And it's not that specific thing for everybody. It's not. There's people that have eczema that have joined this business specifically because the oil has changed their life. They feel like they can wear t-shirts, that if they have alopecia, then they're balding and now they've got hair. Like, that is a sense of confidence thing that a product has given you. And when a product gives you that sense of confidence, it's so silly. But when a product has given you a sense of confidence, you will go to bat for it until the ends of the earth. And that's why the people that do really, really well in this business are the people that wholeheartedly believe not only in the product, but they believe in the fact that they deserve a life that is just so much more rich in experiences and people and This is the tool. The product is literally the tool that is just going to help you get there. A product isn't going to give you the idea of where you want to be in 10 years. If you think that because you join a business or you join something like this, that, you know, your idea of your 10-year plan is going to fall into your fucking lap, because it's absolutely not. But when you find a product that changes your life, that's going to fuel your dreams harder than anything else, because you believe, again, not only in the product and how well it's worked for you, and not only how much you've seen it work for other people, but you've also got the tool. And there's nothing that can stop you. When you have the tool and you have the dreams and you have the energy, you have everything that you need. And the only thing that's going to get in the way is you. And you'll have people that'll say, oh, Market America, social selling is stupid. You guys, social selling is helping the way people want to live their life on an every single day basis. And if you think that that's not right, you're fucking wrong, because you watch people do it on Instagram all day long. People watch me talk about my business all day long and watch it, how it's changed my life and how it's changing my life. And when people talk about changing lives, this company pays 50 cents on the dollar, right? So think about that. You get $1,000 in sales. I was just talking to my boyfriend about this like 20 minutes ago. You get $1,000 in sales, right? You have the ability to literally earn $500 out of that. And he was like, what? And I was like, yeah, because, you know, we don't necessarily talk about the nitty gritty, but I was getting fired up about what I was going to talk about. And I told him, I was like, this company pays 50 cents to the dollar. And I told him, I was like, for every $1,000 you get, you have the ability to get between $200, $300 in bonuses. And he was like, Chloe, $200 to $300 is not 50%. No, it's not. But that doesn't include the money that you make in commission off each individual sale, which is an extra $200 or $300 if that's the minimum. The minimum. And that depends on what they get. So you literally, for every $1,000 you make, which is not that hard, like 10, 11 orders, for every $1,000 you make, you so wholeheartedly have the ability to make $500 off of that, if not more. If not most of the time, it's more. I've seen it be more. So when you, I'm sorry, I'm just getting lost. So it's just like the money that's being thrown at us is absolutely crazy. The money that's being thrown is insane. The amount of free products when you want to join and you want to invest in something like this, that is not rocket science. It's shampoo. And when you move on from the fact that, oh, she sells shampoo, no, I don't. I mean, I do, but that's not what this is about. You can't let yourself and your setbacks and your failures be your excuse as to why you can't get back on your horse and live that dream. Because you're going to only kick yourself in the ass harder when 30 years down the road, you realize again, when you're realizing it now, that you were the reason why you got in your own way. Because people say all the time, you know, these people don't pay my bills. These people don't do this. These people don't do that. But you still don't do well because you haven't accepted the fact that you can absolutely make this money. People think that social selling is like, oh, it's like, I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be like, yes, you absolutely do. Yes, you do. And you're lying if you say so. Because if you want to be someone like me, that just means that you are someone that's willing to work really hard for something that they want, and they're willing to help change lives for it. So if your reason as to why you can't do something like this is something other than that, you need to reassess, girlfriend. Got to get over yourself. No one is better than anybody when it comes to making money. And it's so sad that in a world where we live in, that money literally revolves around every single interaction that we have. Money revolves in, every goal that we have. People can't go anywhere without money. You can't have that interaction of giving and receiving, right? Giving and receiving. I want this, give me that. Same thing. if you're so afraid and you're in this business right now, if you're so afraid to charge somebody $84.99 for products that are going to change their hair from the inside out, you've seen the confidence, your best friend has seen the confidence, your mom has seen the product, the end game, and you are still on your phone and you're like, oh yeah, it's $84.99, but you know, like, who cares? Who cares if it's $84.99? I know that this shit works, 100%. All of the girls on my team know that it works. All my friends, all my family, all the dozens of people that have bought from me, they know that. But there's still people that are just, oh, I'm so afraid to offer you something that's life-changing. Don't be afraid. And it doesn't matter if it's shampoo. It literally does not matter what your business is. If you are a DJ that is promoting your talent, right? If you are a hairstylist that wants to open up your own business, if you are a gamer that is like afraid to stream for whatever reason, and you know, and like the only reason I can relate to that is because like my boyfriend's been trying to get me to live stream for forever on PC games. But like, again, if you're a gamer and you're afraid to make money by doing something that you know you're really good at and you're a fucking savage and you kill people all day long and like you see the money that's being made, it's the same thing, you guys. It's the same thing. You want something, you're good at something, optimize on it. People get so wrapped up in their own head that they're like, fuck, I'm too overwhelmed. If you don't care about something that you know your business needs, hire somebody. Hire someone so that you can focus on you, so they can focus on the things that make you happy. If there's an aspect of your business that you don't like, hire someone to do it. Find a friend that is willing to like partner with you and being like, I am trash at taking photos. Can you take them for me? You know how many business like collaborations and like dynamic duos have started in this business because someone reached out to somebody else because they were bad at something? It is not okay to not allow your business to grow because you don't know how to do something. It is not okay for you to not move forward in something that's going to give you absolute pleasure if you're just so bummed out about this one thing that somebody else can be really good at, and you can have like a bond like this. I've seen it. There's so many people in my business like that they've been stuck at a part of their business where they joined, they hired somebody else, that other person's now on board, and now they're both SEDs. It happens. Find that person. Be resourceful. Use what you have to your advantage, because I promise you it's there, and there's people that are just like me that are willing to help you. There are a few things in life that give as much gratification as helping someone achieve what they don't think to be true. I've seen it happen. I've done it with people, and this is not my first rodeo, friends. This is not my first MLM. This is not my first, like, I went door to door for 10 months. And if like people were like, oh my God, she's crazy. I had like all of my friends thought I was crazy. All my college friends thought I was crazy. Everybody was like, what is she doing? Like, you are literally getting wrapped up in a pyramid scheme, blah, blah, blah. But I knew. At the end of the day, I knew that I was making $1,000 every week. I knew that I was walking around outside, talking to people all day long and making serious money. That's why I can't have a corporate job, guys. That's why I can't have a corporate job. I can't sit at a desk. That's fine. Like, people are great at finances and people are, really good at looking at a computer screen all day long. It drives me nuts. I can't do it. That's why I manage a restaurant. Because I don't want to be in front of a computer screen for 8 hours a day. I've tried it. I didn't like it, and I don't want to do it. And I'm self-aware enough that I'm not going to force myself to do something. I found myself in an industry where I didn't have to be in a office in a cubicle looking at a computer screen all day long, and I have literally fought to be the best at what I do now, because this is something that I'm really good at. I really love. I have great friends. I'm in an amazing community. I'm in an amazing industry. And this is my full-time job. I'm not even talking about my shampoo business. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about my everyday life. What accumulates my everyday life is my other full-time job. But this side business is really like 50-50 with it. When I first started this business, it was really very much I'm going to do it on the side type thing, and I want to just have great hair and everything. Once I realized how much money there was to be made and how not rocket science it really is, and when I realized that anybody can do this and I can help anybody do it. At the end of the day, this business is about helping people be in that mindset where you can be a better you. End of story. We just have a tool, a product that is literally the best in its industry. The best, the best, the best. You look at pictures. I show you guys pictures all day long. It's the best, hands down. You can try and tell me that some other product is better. It's not. And that's not what this whole thing is about. It's that my life is currently changing. This apartment, you see this apartment? It's kind of clean. I wouldn't have something like this if I didn't work my fucking ass off. I wouldn't have it. And trust me, I've lived in way worse situations. But I set a goal, and I'm here, and I'm in it, and I'm winning it. And everybody that's on my team, I am going to be there for them 100%. So my bottom line for this, guys, is don't be ashamed of setbacks. Don't be ashamed of any sort of setback that you have. If you feel stuck, don't be ashamed. But you have to be doing to do the work to get yourself out of it. You have to. No one is going to hold your hand. No one is going to hold your hand and literally say, come on, we can do this. I'm going to be like soft linking arms with you to make sure that I'm guiding you in the right direction. But no one did my work for me. Nobody did this for me. I did this. No one did that mental check. Like, people can give you inspiration and people can do all this, but it has to be something that you feel. Like, your belief has to be so strong that every time you talk about how much money you make because of this thing that you're doing, you have to feel like your heart start to race. And that's how I feel every single time. That is an amazing thing. So it doesn't matter what you're doing, and I will end with this, my friends. It does not matter what you're doing. If you are selling any sort of product or service, realtor, anything, your business, you have to understand that you will be rich in life when you give yourself permission to deserve that it's possible. When you give yourself permission to make what's already out there, the idea of making money, the idea of making $300,000 or $1 million in selling shampoo has already happened. I didn't just come up with that shit. Didn't just like, oh, I can make $1 million selling shampoo. It's already happened to a lot of people. When I talk about founder shares and people are like, oh, founder shares, the reason why I talk about it all the time is because the idea of making thousands of dollars every month on top of what you're making because you've hit a milestone in a company, that's like retirement, but like 50 years earlier. Does that not blow your mind? Right? That's the reason why I get so excited about it, is because this is literally you on the side of something that could be your passion. Have that thing be your fuel, whatever it is. You got to allow yourself to give yourself permission to earn it, deserve it. So I'm going to end with that because I feel like all of that is so relevant, and I loved everybody's responses when I asked that question. I know it's a tough question. I know that it's really tough to look at yourself and be a business owner, and it's really tough to admit that you got in the way and be open with other people because you're afraid of what they'll think. Trust me, everyone has been there. Try and find me an owner of any business that has not been through some sort of struggle. It is impossible. If you can find me someone, send them to me. Send their email. I want to talk to them because I will have a podcast that is 50 hours long for them. Don't be ashamed. I'm going to leave it at that. But again, you guys, this company is doing amazing things. Obviously, my hair has never looked like this in my life. Hair density. Am I right? And the free products that they're giving you, the 5 free products that they're giving you guys, if you are open and willing to join this business and just want to get started, because that's who I'm willing to that's who I'm willing to work with right now, is people that are willing to make some money for themselves and want to put in the work to better themselves. I'm willing to do that, but you got to meet me halfway. If you guys have ever thought about it, let's do it. Like, I'm so ready to have you get that dog and buy your stuff for your baby that's on the way, and have you save up for this house that you really want with the perfect yard. Like, I'm ready for it. I'm ready to help you get there, because we're going to do it together, and growth in your business is growth in you. And that's just so exciting. And I know I sound so monotone, but it's like, I could keep going and I need to stop myself. So, again, we still have that sale that's going on this weekend. You get to pick 4 products from our intense growth line. They're amazing. I use them on the daily. And then you'll also get free products if you join the business, as low as $199. This is a whole investment opportunity that's only $199. Imagine, like, back to the Ferrari thing. Like, if you could buy a business where you know you're going to be confident and happy, and know that because it's worth $300,000 it must be. If you're getting the same thing for $199, you guys, it's the same thing. Nothing is handed to you, but the opportunity to have all of those things that get you the same thing for $1 million is $200. That's just something to be in awe about. But yeah, so podcast coming soon. I definitely am gonna get this going. Thanks to everybody that hopped on, and we'll talk soon, guys. Thanks for joining. Bye.